We are live, baby, live. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio, NCAA Net Profit, Friday, February 17th. I'm Conor Mac. He is Dabby Cab. What is up, my man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Ready for this Friday? Ready to make some money. We got that live stream tonight, so I'm excited about that. Might even dabble into some horses later. But right now, I'm ready to, get after this college
Tell him
basketball.
the game. What game is it? What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
we're doing the Oilers game tonight, which is a first. Is that who we're doing? Yeah, we're doing the Oilers versus the Rangers tonight.
It better help out if you know the game, my guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. For a second I was gonna say Islanders, but no, it's the Oilers. We got because they're both playing tonight. And I was looking into it, but we got the Oilers, and we haven't done hockey, so I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I love hockey, so it should be good. But shout out to the chat. We'll hit up all you guys in just a few minutes as everyone gets in here. Let's get to it, Cab. This added game here at the bottom. Big number, Kent State versus Eastern Michigan. They're laying 17.5. There's even a few 18s out there. Total 147.5. You like anything here? Kent State laying the big number?
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat in there that they were on Eastern Michigan, and we talked about this last time. I know Eastern Michigan is 6-20 on the season, which is terrible, but they got the Memphis transfer Bates, who's been leading them this year. And as bad as they are, they keep it closer than this number a lot of the times. You look at their loss to Toledo, they lost by 7. They lost to Buffalo by 5, Ball State by 1. I know they got smashed by Akron, but this is a tough spot for me here. I think I'd actually lean Eastern Michigan with the points, kind of.
Yeah, I guess so. I really don't want either of these teams. Kent State should score a ton. The only problem is Eastern Michigan can score, but Kent State's got a good defense. They're at home, and they've beat them. It seems like they've won by 12, 13, or they've won by 20, 19 here, and I think that's what you get in this game. So I'm going to be off this one here. All right, let's keep rolling to the top. Let's get to these games up here. All right, Dartmouth Cornell, another early one that's going to go in about 55 minutes. Cornell laying 10. This total 154.5. I don't want anything here. Does there a little value think with Dartmouth getting 10, or you think Cornell the big red roll?
It's a tough one. I mean, Cornell's been on the season, they've been good. They put together a good season at 15-8 here, but they lost 4 of their last 5 games. The only win they have in their last 5 games was against Brown. This is I don't know, man. Like you said, I'd kind of lean Dartmouth with the points here. It's just, God, their offense is so bad, man. So bad. Field goal percentage, 43.6, 244th. Below average on free throws, below average on three-pointers. Just pretty much everything. And when you look at Cornell, what they are good at doing is moving the ball around. They get a lot of assists. They put up a lot of points per game, 84 points per game. This is a tough game. Like you said, I kind of lean Dartmouth with the points, but I'm not doing that here.
This was close for me too. I lean the points. Cornell, though, at home should roll. Obviously, we got a high total, in this game. I don't know if it gets there, though, here, 155, but there should be points. Let's get to this next one. Canisius, Rider. It was open 7.5. We're down to 6s. There's still 6.5s everywhere. Total 140.5. What about here? You like Rider at home here?
Man, I've been watching this all day today. I was kind of hoping this would drop down to 5.5 because, I do like Rider at home here. I know that 6.5 is just kind of right there. I really want a 5.5, man. I haven't bet this one either, but Rider, they're rolling right along right now, and they've been good for me when I bet them. I know that there's no way to quantify that, but we all quantify that when teams cash for us. So
I'm the other way. What was that 2 weeks ago? We had Rider.
First half.
Yeah, they shot it really well. Then last week, where I got bumped off, I was on Fairfield. I played because I was on the under too, plus 4.5. I think the game's close. Rider's very good, but I think the number's too large. These teams just play tight games here. So, yeah, give me Canisius. I think they hang around. This team shoots the 3 okay with 35%, and they chuck up a lot. Obviously, Rider's better defensively. That's the lone problem here, where they could maybe come out big. And they do have one of their forwards that's questionable here for Canisius. But I think the points, as long as you have 6 or more, I get why the numbers come down. a little bit in that game. So you rolling, Ryder, or are you going to wait? What are you doing here?
No, I'm gonna be off. I'm off this one. I got a few bets that I'll give out, but I don't have a large card today. I just got a few bets that I've made.
All right, Quinnipiac. I always love saying that. I say it too quick. For Siena, Siena minus 2.5. There's actually a couple threes. Siena very good at home. I'm shocked, Cab. This total's moved 140.5. It hasn't moved much, but it moved a full point to 142. Siena hasn't touched a total of this at all, especially at home. I'm shocked. The other way around, that Quinnipiac plays fast. They are an over team, but I think Siena at home dictates the pace.
Yep.
To me, I'm really want to pull the trigger on this under. I don't like really the move that it's kind of going up, but I'm looking under here. What do you think?
I think that you hit it like right on when you're saying they're gonna have to dictate the pace in this game. Try and slow the pace down a lot. They really are. You look at their last 5 games. I mean, they haven't put up more than 73 points in any of those 5 games on the season, averaging 69.3 points per game, which is below average. Still a very good team because they're able to control the pace. Like you said, I keep coming back to that. So yeah, I like the under here. I don't have a lean on a side, but I do like the under here.
Yeah, I wanted to run through it here. These games they've kept, even if they've gotten to 72 or 74, they keep teams in the 60s. The defense for Siena has just been stout. I'm shocked that the lines moved up a little bit. So I'm looking at the under. I might pull the trigger. All right, here we go. Dayton playing better basketball, but now laying 7 here on the road. And they've been hit and miss on the road. Cab, this Dayton team, they've looked impressive, and other times they've laid an egg. Loyal Chicago, we know about the troubles they've been through. By the way, shout out to our guy, Vincent Ramirez. I missed his $5 dono. My bad, my man. Big win. Yeah, Wichita State over. Hell yeah, my guy with the $5 dono.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you, my man. And Rez Mob, member for a month. Again, we be pubbing. Hell yeah, my guy. I don't know. Did you get to meet Rez Mob last year, San Antonio?
I didn't. He was there?
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Damn. This time, Rez, we got to make sure we get to kick it.
He's there. Yeah, great guy. Shout out to my guy, Rez Mob, becoming a member. And we'll hit the chat after this game. But go ahead, Cab. Dayton Loyola, total 131 here, line of 7.
This is one of those ones, man. I know how bad Loyola's been, but damn, I know Dayton, like you said, is finally starting to turn it around, it seems like. But, I mean, even last time these two teams played, Dayton was at home, and it was still a 4-point game. And now you're telling me on the road that it's 7. I don't know, man. I'd lean Loyola Chicago here. They're just not going to see any of my money at this point.
Yeah, I can't take them at all. I would lean under. Dayton's a great under team for me. I wish this was a few points higher. Loyola's not the under team as the past. This defense isn't very good. They kept games close. They won at UMass, but they lost to St. Joe's at home just recently. I don't know. I think they played a little bit better. Dayton, too, they played a close game with them just January 31st. I remember that, 85-81, and went to OT. So, yeah, maybe we get an under here, but I really don't want to lay 7 today, Friday night. We got the big Saturday coming up. Cab, hit up the chat, my guy. Hit these guys up. I'll give it to you.
I got you, man. We got our guy Nunya in here. That's my dude. I know Nunya will be out at the live show tonight. Real Deal Prime, X-Cal, Res Mob, man. He said, sounds good. I'm looking forward to seeing you down there, bro. MDR 24. There's our guy right there. He said a little bit late. How many dab mutes did I miss? None yet, bro. Since you guys gave me that 2.5 over under, I did one and I haven't done another one since. So winning right there. But I appreciate all you guys, man. Kevin Lee, Jay Peasy, our fucking guy right there. Smith Legacy, Rick, everybody, man. Best chat out there.
Facts, Scott. Best chat in the goddamn game, hands down. Just about everybody. Every once in a while, get some weirdos. Wright State, Cleveland State here. Cleveland State -2, 1.5, 2, basically everywhere. This total right around 149.5. Cleveland State playing better basketball. They've kind of gone over a bit more lately. Wright State, we know, is a dead over team. Even though Cleveland State, we know their pace is slow, but they've picked it up. I've had a few of their overs in the last, I'd say, 3 weeks. But what do you like here? Cleveland State at home, and what do you think about this total?
Man, this is one of those ones where I think that full game, you're probably going to see the home team have a little bit of an advantage here. But catching points in the first half of this game with Wright State is very intriguing to me, and it's one of the things that I have already bet. So you look at Wright State, 81.4 points a game, like you said, dead over team. They're 14th in the country scoring, with that 50.3% field goal percentage, which is third in the nation, just outstanding. They shoot the three a little bit above average. They're good on the boards. I mean, this team across the board is just a really good team, and I like assists also. And Wright State's averaging 15.3 assists per game. They're moving the ball around great. 45th in the country. I think catching a half a point in the first half with them I think it's a good bet.
Yeah, Cleveland State beat them earlier too. A little bit revenge for Wright State. This always classic game, rivalry game between these two teams. Always at the top of the conference. Um, Total, I think is pretty sharp though. I'm not going to run to it, and I think it's a coin flip game. To me, I didn't want to really be on either side in that one. All right, let's get to another one that should be good here. Detroit, Oakland, I believe is our next one. Yeah, this line's flipped. Detroit, open right one. It's flipped to two here at Oakland. Oakland team playing a lot better basketball lately. This total's high, of course, in Detroit game. Oakland playing a little bit more quicker too. This total is 153 and a half, 154. What do you think here? Detroit, Mercy, Oakland.
The total is where it is for a reason. Neither of these teams play much defense, and both of them can score. You look at Oakland; they're 146th, putting up 73.4 points per game. On the other side, you got 64th, putting up 76.6. Both these teams, like I said, can score. They both hit their free throws. Detroit's got a little advantage on the from beyond the arc. They're eighth in the country, shooting 39.1%, whereas Oakland's only 324th, shooting 31%. And then also, I think Detroit might have a little bit of an advantage on the boards in this game. So this is like I said, this is a tough one. And I'm not going to go against line movement, especially if it flipped here. But I lean Detroit. I haven't bet anything.
Yeah, we'll see if he's in. I think it still could get over JPZ. I think yeah, this total can get over. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's taking about the game before, but both of these teams over machines. Okay, this one could be an under, but we got a low total. Fairfield Marist here. This total is 127, 126 and a half. Fairfield 2-point favorites. This is tough. These teams are slow. They're not very good. Cab, I do think Fairfield's a little bit better. Marist is at home. What do you think here, Fairfield Marist?
Yeah, both these teams have lost 4 of their last 5 games too. Both of them struggle to put up points. I agree with you. I think Fairfield might be a little bit better team, but Fairfield's about as bad as it gets from beyond the arc. They are 363rd in the country, shooting 26.6%. I guess where this is going to be, like you said, this is going to be a slow, ugly, nasty game, and I think Fairfield wins that game between these two teams. I think the points in the paint are going to come for Fairfield. I like Fairfield in the first half here, but yeah, I'm not on it yet.
Yeah, these teams, Fairfield won by 1973-54. That's about as high as a game they've had in a while. To me, I know it's 126 and a half, but this is the under, nothing here. I don't want an over between these two basketball teams that just can't shoot it that good. So I lean under. I don't know if I get there. How about this one? Manhattan. Which Iona team we get, Cab? The Iona team that rolls or that struggles a little bit? I like how Manhattan plays. I usually like them a little bit better at home, but this is a big number. This total's moved from 139 to 141 and a half. What do you got here, Manhattan, Iona?
I would only be able to take the points with Manhattan. I mean, Iona's clearly the better basketball team. There's no question about that. They've been hot lately, and they've won their last 5. But like you said, this is, they pick and choose, and I think this might be a spot where they get ahead, 10, 12 points and just kind of cruise. I feel like 16 and a half is a little bit high where it's sitting at right now.
I think it's too high, too. If you gave me a free bet, I'd take Manhattan. But the Iona team, just don't know what we get. And they've been so inconsistent, too, lately from half to half. That team, you just don't know. It's just they put up 45 and are up by 15 or 20, or they're down to a team like this, and they're like, what? And they wake up the second half. The read on them, especially the last month and a half, has just been I don't want any part of it. So
Maybe a
being
live
at
bet opportunity if Iona is down at half. Maybe
yeah,
something
there
like
you
that.
go. For sure. Maybe Manhattan hangs in there early. The Jaspers. They struggle to shoot. I've been a little bit. They've been better though, I think lately, but still to watch them to watch this basketball in this conference sometimes can be rough, but still money to be made. I love it. All right, Niagara, Mount St. Mary's. Talk about another slow one here. This total is 124.5. Mount St. Mary's pick 'em, basically a 1 point favorite everywhere. You like anything here?
No, and I'm about over this Niagara basketball team, man. They seem to find whether I bet on them, against them, with the total in their game, it doesn't seem to matter. They seem to fuck me every which way. And I know that's not a reason to not talk about something, but I can't bet them. They're kind of like Oregon for me. I can't fucking bet on this basketball team. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't want really anything here too. Total's low. I think the total's sharp. I think it's going to be played in the 60s. Both these teams you go through. Mount St. Mary's too. I mean, they average 62 points. This team's 300s in basically every category. They do shoot the three decent. Both these teams aren't too bad. But these teams like this in the they live and die by the three a little bit. They kind of shoot a ton of them. They don't have a lot of size. These
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Purdue or Arizona or Kentucky, whatever. So yeah, they like to chuck it up. So I'd still lean under if I had a bet in this game, but I'm not picking a side here. I do think Niagara is a little bit better. I don't know. Mount St. Mary's has been decent at home lately. All right. How about this one? Harvard moved from 8.5 to 10.5 point favorites at Columbia. Columbia, what a rough season for them, but Harvard hit the skids too. I really want nothing to do with either of these teams, Cab. I mean, I guess if I had a free look, I'd look at Columbia here catching 10.5. But isn't enough for a team that's just so bad.
I don't know, man. Like you said, Harvard's catching a skid right here. They've lost their last four straight, going back to the first one when they were playing Penn, and they got smashed 68-83. Like I said, they've lost four straight, and this is a team that just seems to be slipping. But then again, on the other side, Columbia is about as bad as it gets right now. What I don't have the record in front of me. What do they got? Like 6 or 7 wins right now? There it is.
6-19, yeah.
Yeah. Just struggling all the way. This is going to be I want nothing to do with this game. I'd lean the points here. I think you're right on with those points. I think Harvard probably wins this game by 6-8 points. I don't think it's a one-shot game, but I don't know if they win it by double digits.
It's tough too to just take Columbia because they haven't hung around. You want to see a team be competitive, Cap. This team consistently has been beaten by 10 or more. I mean, maybe there's a 9 game in there. I see 10, 22.
Yeah, there's 1-9. 3 of their last 5, they've been beaten by 10 or more.
I mean, it's just I can't take a dog like that, even at home. Harvard really needs a win, but their season's pretty much done with that bad stretch that they just had there. All right, let's stay here in the Ivy. Brown, Princeton. Princeton 6.5 point favorites. This total right around 143, 143.5. Tough one here. What do you think? You like Princeton laying the points here at home?
Yeah, this is probably the one where I'm closest to betting. This is like man, this is another one where that 6.5 is just like, man, I wish I could get a 5.5 or a 4.5. Yeah, I like Princeton here. Brown's been playing good though. They've won 3 in a row. Really the only game that's even been close in those last 3 was Harvard, the 3-point win over Harvard. But this is just a Princeton team that we're talking about teams that struggle to score a lot. They don't struggle to score. Princeton shooting 47%. Which is 50th in the country, putting up 76.4 points per game. Both these teams suck at the free throw line, which I hate, especially when I'm laying a number like 6.5, where free throws are possibly going to come into play. So maybe I'd actually take Princeton in the first half here if I was going to bet this one.
Yeah, I think Princeton's better, but I think the number's a little bit out there. Brown's a scrappy team. I think they could hang in this one. I do think the way they played this just to really pull the trigger. I wish this was 8.5, 9.5. Princeton does play better at home. Obviously, they can score. Brown struggles a little bit that way, but bad free throw shooting teams, Cat, as we see in these teams we talked about earlier in these conferences, and both teams are decent. Shoot 35% from 3, 110th in the country. As I talk about, so they chuck it up. And sometimes in these games, it's just the shots and that just and their pace. Brown a little bit slower. Princeton, we know, over team. Been a great over team for years now for me, betting Princeton. So, tough one there. That should be a good game, though. Browns made me some money, too, lately. All righty, let's keep rolling. Shout out to the chat. X-Scout, what's going on? Nasty Nate, what's up, my man? Jay Peasy, Andrew Carr, Nuke Worker. Shout out to Nuke Worker. I saw him rocking the Pub Source Radio shirt. Hell yeah, my man. Shout out to my guy living
Hell
the
yeah.
retired life. Northern Kentucky, Cab. Purdue, Fort Wayne. Northern Kentucky's laying 2.5, 3 here on the road. What about Purdue, Fort Wayne? Can they hang around in this one? And Northern Kentucky game, I'd only look to the under. I know this total's only 132.5, but that's just how they play. What do you think?
I do like Northern Kentucky here. This is one of those situations where I would look first half if I was going to take them. Purdue Fort Wayne, they lost their last 3, lost 4 of their last 5. The only win they have in their last 5 was against Oakland. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is a tough one. My problem with Northern Kentucky is they struggle to fucking shoot. Just like a lot of these teams we're talking about, 278th in the country, putting up 67.8 points per game. Their field goal percentage is only 42.8%. They suck at the free throw line, 67.7%. They're not much better from 3. Like I said, just across the board, they struggle to shoot. But I think in this game on the boards, so I don't know. I'm off it, man.
Yeah, the problem is I just don't want to lay even 3 points with Northern Kentucky. They're trouble to score. It's just I don't really want my money on it. Not a good stuff too. Their numbers ATS on the road. Now they're laying these points. And Purdue Fort Wayne, you talked about, it's kind of hit the shits. This team I thought was playing over their head, and now coming back down to earth. So I can't take it. I'd still look under if I had to in that game. Let's keep it rolling here. We got about 6 games left. Yale versus Penn. Both these teams have played pretty good lately here, Cab. Yale's laying 3 here on the road. There's a couple 2.5 still out there. This total's 142.5. Like anything here at Yale, Penn?
Both these teams are hot right now, man. Like you said, both of them won 5 straight. Somebody in the chat, I wish I could see who it was. I should find it. But somebody in the chat said, tomorrow Yale's got Princeton on deck. So there's that. That's a pretty big game coming up tomorrow. I lean Yale here. I think this is going to be a very fucking good game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I kind of think the over might be in play also, but I'm off this game.
I've liked Yale all year long. I like how Penn's been playing. This is one too. I think it's sharp. This time of year we have sharp lines. 3 is tight, but I'd lean Penn here a little bit. I think this could be sneaky. I think they played really good basketball lately, but still, I think Yale, obviously one of the better teams in this conference. Both teams have been pretty good against the number 2 all year long. I'd be on Penn here if I were on anything in this game. All right, let's keep it rolling. Air Force, Wyoming. 5-point favorites here. This line's moved. It opened at 4. This total's dropped from 133.5 to 130. Obviously, we got an Air Force game here. Should be slow, but what do you like here, Air Force, Wyoming?
And that was I know New Mexico is slipping, but like that, and Wyoming stomped them 70-56, but that's a big win for Wyoming. This is not a good Wyoming basketball team. Still 8-17 on the year. And you look at Air Force on the flip side, they've lost 4 of their last 5 also. And they just struggle putting up points, man. But Air Force got that win over New Mexico also 2 games ago. So this New Mexico team that just completely fell off the board. Not our topic right now, but God, they've fallen off. Air Force does shoot it a little bit better. They have a higher field goal percentage. They shoot better on the free throw line, and they shoot better from the 3-point line. So, I mean, I think that there might be a little bit of value here in the points with Air Force. But again, a team that struggles to score this much, I don't want to take them.
Yeah, I know. And, Wyoming always better at home. And even in a year like this where they've just been awful, the injuries this team's barely been able to suit up players. Ike never came back. He's just redshirt, obviously. That probably blow too. They just have that big win, though. But New Mexico, we're going to get to them in just a second. They're in shambles right now. Had to get a red hot San Jose team will hit it. But yeah, to tell you the truth, I just can't lay it with Wyoming. I think they're at home. They win the game. It's just, do you want to lay these 5? Maybe look money line. I don't know. It's just two teams that don't score, and you want to make them lay 5 points. Nah, I'm off there. All right, let's get to this one. I skipped it, Cab, which I really like. Living here in Vegas, I hear about these teams. I've been to these little gyms. Utah Tech, Southern Utah, Utah Tech, little Dixie. Open at 9. This is 8.5. Now there's 8s. Total 155, 156. There's going to be points. What do you think here? Utah Tech, Southern Utah.
Man, so like you said, both these teams can score, man. Utah Tech, 84.3 points per game. On the other side, you're getting 75.3. But both these teams can shoot it also 47.5%, 45.4%, above average across the board. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game, like you said. And if I'm being real, I think there's value taking the points with Utah Tech, maybe in the first half, like a +4 or +4.5. I haven't bet this one yet, but I might get there with that one.
I am going to get there. And I might split it because the weird thing, Southern Utah, they have had better second halves, but not crazy because, I've took them a few times and messed with that, and it's been back and forth. I think this is too many points. Utah Tech already beat him, obvious. Nice. This is a little rivalry. There should be a ton of points. I just think it's too big of a number. Utah Tech 14-8 against the number. And usually, Cab, I'm all over Southern Utah at home. I want to lay it. I just think this is too many. Utah Tech that can score, and they've been able to cover on the road. Not many wins, but they've been able to hang around because they can score. Both these teams can shoot it. You want to see a game where it's just back and forth and chuck up threes, and these teams can make them. I just think it's too many points, but maybe I'll look first half or split it.
You look at their last 4 losses, man. 4-point loss, 4-point loss, 6-point loss, or sorry, 7-point loss. Bad at math, and then 5-point loss. So, like you said, even when they're losing games, they're keeping it within this number.
Yeah, at Grand Canyon they lost by 4, by 2 at Tarleton, Abilene by 5. Yeah. I'm gonna be on them. I just don't know if how I'm gonna go about it. Southern Utah, better team at home. But I think it's too many points, and obviously it's moved a little bit. Some people jumped on this 9.5, so I will look to Utah Tech. Bunch of points in that game. Will it get over the number? I don't know. It's pretty sharp there at 156.5. All righty, we just mentioned it. New Mexico struggling team here. Just the defense not there. Deal with injury. House, he going to be out again. And how about San Jose State? Playing some good basketball here, Cab. Went from a pick 'em to -1.5. I've even seen a 2 pop up here or there. To me, it's just take San Jose State. This team's playing well defensively. It seems like they get in the 70s, hold teams to low 60s. Man, they're playing good basketball. What do you think here, New Mexico, San Jose State?
Yeah, there's no way I can bet on New Mexico with the way this team has fallen off of late. Like we just talked about, the bad loss to Wyoming, the loss to Air Force, but they've lost 4 in a row, going back to the Utah State loss. And San Jose State, like you said, it seems like they've been turning a corner. Big wins their last 2 games. They've been shooting the ball better recently too, because they were really struggling shooting the ball earlier in the season. But lately, they've been doing better. They're good on the boards. I think you take San Jose State at home, or you pass on this game.
Yeah, 2 teams in 2 different directions. San Jose State won 3 or 4. They lost at Fresno. Fresno's still a place. We just saw San Diego State. Man, played one of the ugliest basketball games, whatever it was, 46-43 the other night at Fresno. It's not easy, but wins. They saw them beat up UNLV, Utah State. So as you do it, the team going this way, it's the only way
opposite directions
to bet this. Yeah, and they've been good against the number. Sneaky when they've caught points, 17-8 this year, and I haven't took them enough. So I think you just take them or nothing in this game. Just New Mexico. And by the way, yeah, I don't know if House goes with this hamstring. I got to stay on that. This obviously is the later game tonight. but he's too key. I mean, obviously Mashburn is, but he's a guy that scores almost 20. He's like, I think he averages 16. Yeah, he's gotta be in for that one. All right, let's hit this last game on the board. Abilene Christian, Grand Canyon here. Shout out to the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't. That's all we ask. Hit the like button. And shout out to everyone here. Shout out to the Green Real Deal Prime, the grinder up in the house. I saw my guy Rude Jude up in here. Shout out to my man. I haven't seen him in forever. We don't got enough green in here, Cab. Become a member. Shout out to Res Mob for becoming a member. It really helps us out, Pub Sports Radio. We want to keep on doing these shows. All right, Cap. Abilene, Grand Canyon, 6.5. Basically everywhere there's a couple sevens. This total is 144.5. Grand Canyon, I was riding their overs. It's like 14 in a row. They finally played an under. I don't know, last week. What do you think here, though? Abilene, Grand Canyon.
This is, man, this 6.5 is like the number that's haunting me today. It seems like every team that I like is right there at 6.5, and I want it a little lower. Grand Canyon coming off back-to-back losses, a tough loss in our last game too, only by 1 point. But both these teams are pretty evenly matched, except for down low. That's really the only way you're going to see a little bit of an advantage. And I think that, to be honest, that advantage might actually no, Grand Canyon's going to win down low, but this 6.5 feels a little fishy. It feels too simple with Grand Canyon. I think Abilene Christian probably keeps it within that number. I'm off this game completely, though. Abilene Christian has been playing good basketball. They're shooting the ball well. They've won 4 of their last 5. But yeah, I'm off.
Yeah, they just played them too, last month, that close 2-point game. I think this is just a little too much too for Grand Canyon, which I do like at home. They've been a weird team, and now just for the most part, an over team, which was weird because they were such a slow team with Blackshear. It's just been a totally different team. It's been a little bit weird. So if I had to, I'd take the points here too with Abilene. All right, that is it. Yeah, JPZ, I don't think he plays. Hamstrings are I mean, it's tough to come back from a hamstring, and that's such a short time. So I don't think he goes either. So San Jose State. All right, Cab, anything else? Tell them what's up, my guy, before we hit up the commercials. Tell them about tonight real quick. Hit up your live stream.
Yeah, our live stream tonight, man. It'll be me, my guy Razor. We'll have some other people up there too. Great cappers. We're going to be looking at, obviously, at the game we're watching, but we're also going to be looking at all the college basketball games. Razor will throw out horse bets. I tail him. I tail Razor's horse picks when we're on the live show and make money. It's a fucking blast. We're going to be in there. We take a shot for every 10 likes after 50, C-Mac. And Razor texted me earlier and said it's already over 50. So it might get a little shitty tonight, but, we'll have fun.
All right. Well, we still got to come in Saturday morning and be ready to roll.
Yeah.
I always like Cab hungover Saturday morning, but he's ready to rock. We'll be right back with Best Bets. Let's hit to the commercials. Be right back. Boom. If you're in San Antonio, Southtown 101, we will be there shortly. Pubapalooza 2, Cab. Are you pumped for it? What's going on with everything that's rolling? I think he was on mute.
Oh, son of a
there
bitch.
it is.
Well, there's one. Still under 2.5 if that's where we're at. But I should have brought that number down. I mean, Book should have caught on. Anyways, man, I can't wait. C-Mac, last time was fun, but, I was just meeting you guys for the first time last year. So this time it's going to be like we're going to really cut loose. We got the poker tournament on Friday. We got the UFC, which you got to make sure and sign up for. If you want to go to the UFC event, you want to sit with us, you got to sign up for it, which I got to do too. You got to sign up by Monday. But we got that on Saturday. And then Sunday, we got the comedian coming in. We're going to do the ending ceremonies. It's going to be a blast, bro. A lot of bets made. Hopefully a lot of money won. A lot of fucking beers drank and a lot of weed smoked.
Nice. What about the weed? You have the weed thing going?
Yes. So we're gonna be doing a dinner. We're trying to figure out the timing for it right now. I was on the phone with Delu earlier, but we're gonna do an infused dinner. And we'll have a sign up or something. I'll post to that. And
maybe a different day.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out is a day because we're trying to make sure we can work it in because Delu can't get down there on Thursday. So we're gonna have to try and work it in on Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
I love it. Should be a good time. As Cab says, we're gonna cut loose. I like that, Cab. I love that you said that. Cut loose, crazy hard. Okay, what do you got here, my brother? Best bet, hit it.
Man, Wright State first half. I do think this game's close. I think it's because I think it's so close. I think catching that half a point or point, whatever you can get for the first half, I think is a beautiful thing. I think it could easily be tied or Wright State could be up by a few points at half. So I got Wright State first half here.
Okay, Wright State first half. Should be some points in that game. I have a few. I took Canisius 6.5 because that's the best line you could give you now. Here, I think they keep it close to Rider. I do like this Rider team. They just play close games, and I think they're giving them too much love here, full game. And I will be on Utah Tech, Cab. Somehow, I'm going to bet that. I'm going to look at that. And if you want, I'm sure everyone's kind of the play of the day. Obviously, San Jose State. I really didn't even get into that. I would just take the 1.5. You could just go money line. I think they win tonight. We'll see. Man, New Mexico. This is a big game, though, for San Jose State. They should just put them away. Really big for them going into the conference tournament. But that is it. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Nunya, what's going on? He's got the under. Here we go. Right on, my man. Brian Watson, what's going on? X-Cal. G Martinez, as always. What's up, dude? Nasty Nate. MDR, what's up, bro? Nuke Worker. AOD. Rick, what's going on? Grit and Grind. Smoke and Mirrors. Shout out to everybody. Any last words, Cab, before we get out of here?
Tomorrow morning. I know we talked about tonight, but tomorrow morning, man, what a great fucking slate of college basketball we have. It'll be you, me, Ian, right back here tomorrow morning, breaking down all the games on the card. It's like, man, I say this all the time, but it's like fucking Christmas for me. When there's college football or college basketball on Saturday, I wake up like a little kid. Just ready to make money.
Love it. All right. I'm Conor Mac. He's Cab. Take us home, Cab. Give us a weeby pubbin'.
Yeah. All right, guys. Get to San Antonio. Get your tickets if you haven't. Get your bets in tonight. Come show up to the live stream. Be there tomorrow. We love you guys. And let's get out of here, C-Mac. Weeby motherfucking pubbin', boys. We're out.
Weeby.
Palooza 2 on the horizon. We're going to have live shows popping off in the Southbound 101. We're going to have a poker tournament, a par 3 golf tournament, UFC San Antonio on the Saturday night. A lot of excitement. Palooza 2!